Okay.
Gotta be the puppy. Be the puppy.
Puppy.
Yeah.
I love puppies.
Let's play Syndicate.
Yeah.
How about that? You want to play Syndicate?
Sure.
Okay, that sounds good. So I will tell you, this is Jeff.
This is David.
And today we're going to be playing a new game, which is called Syndicate.
I've played the demo.
I have also played the demo as well as the game. And I like it a lot. Syndicate is very fun. It is surprisingly fun for what you might write off as a generic first-person shooter. The best part of the game is definitely its co-op section, but for now we're going to be covering the single player.
Yeah.
It is also an easy game, even though we're going to be playing on hard, collecting all the stuff as far as collectibles go. Also, this first video, which is being recorded with post-commentary.
Right.
We have a intro video.
In the year 2017, the world's largest corporate merger leads to the creation of Eurocorp. The company is the first to spearhead the development of a biodigital implant, the DART chip. Fueled by adrenaline, its users experience unsurpassed connectivity with the dataverse, rendering all digital devices obsolete. Nations lose their relevance in a world dominated by these massive corporations. The world population swells to 15 billion. 57% are chipped and linked to their preferred corporation. The rest are digitally locked out of sight and out of mind. Industrial espionage reaches unparalleled heights. Covert agents are mobilized to protect and serve their interests. You are one of the chosen few, an agent.
So there you go.
That was pretty awesome.
It's cyberpunk, in case you didn't gather that.
I did gather that. Kind of
corporations ruling everything and so forth.
kind of an alpha beta gamma thing.
Yeah. You play an agent and you don't talk. You're a classic silent protagonist, which greatly limits the characterization potential for your dude, whose name is awesome and is Miles Kilo.
That is pretty awesome.
That's a pretty good name. It's a pretty good name. The rest of the cutscenes in the game, aside from the intro, are all in-engine. Starbreeze Studios, is the people that made this, are also famous for doing the first The Darkness, as well as
Roger that HQ.
Escape from Butcher Bay, the Riddick game.
Chip systems, DART 6.1, initializing.
Okay, it's time to wake up.
Welcome to chip system, DART 6.1.
Hey.
Initializing DART.
Also, for this first video, I'm going to add that we're going to be looking at not long enough to read, but if you really want to, you can pause on all the little tutorial messages and things that pop up. That won't be happening on the other videos.
Okay.
I'll just put them separately as images in the thread, but also I haven't decided yet whether I want to keep them in the video or not, because there's a lot of background information on characters and places that is mostly ephemeral. It's not going to change your outlook on the story, which itself is pretty simple, pretty straightforward.
Considering it was guessed before the release of the game.
Yeah. Yeah. There's we'll let the viewer decide, how is this story gonna go? But we'll get there when we get there.
Yeah.
Starbreeze Studios, as I mentioned, the developers behind this game, they also did Escape from Butcher Bay, which is the Chronicles of Riddick game. I guess one of their design philosophies is to keep things in first person for as much as possible. So, for instance, in this game, you actually have feet. If you look down, you have feet.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think I looked down near the end of the video,
feet?
but yeah, you can see some feet.
And clothing?
They have a lot of very small animation touches that makes it nice. Like, well, not necessarily this dumb QTE, but
Hey,
when you have a
Duke Nukem Forever.
if you have a gun near a wall, you know, it'll pull it closer to him, things like that.
Oh,
It's little nice touches.
that's a nice touch.
This little cinematic plays every time, or the first time you do a specific action in the game, in this case, breaching. But breaching isn't covered until really like the next level or two, so I'm not even going to bother going into it right now. If you pause the video, you can read that. It's basically being able to breach properly is what makes this game easy, even on hard. Because I played through the game, and aside from dying a few times on some of the boss fights, I wasn't even aware that there was like a rating below the highest rating.
I'm going to have to stop you there. That was awesome.
Yeah, I kind of killed that guy. Yeah, it happens. See, look, I got hands and feet.
That's all. This is
Miles
good.
Kilo. Miles Kilo. And step on him. Yeah, he's dead. It's an M-rated game for violence. Some things on pickups, yeah. Like I said, this won't get in the way for the future videos, but this is sort of a tutorial mission anyways.
Okay.
As you might imagine, being the first level in a first-person shooter.
Got to show you how all their stuff works.
Yeah, you gotta give us all the stuff. The APP3 is our first weapon, or the AP3. Not be using it as soon as I get a better weapon. I'll be using another weapon. In fact, the next weapon we get is actually going to be one of my favorites in the game, if not my absolute favorite.
And
the Kusanagi.
Yep, the Kusanagi rifle.
Yeah. Yeah, I also like the Tar. The Tar is pretty good too. That's pretty fun.
Yeah. The Tar is based off of the actual, like, the M-Tar, the Tar 50.
So this is one of the collectibles you get through the game. These are business cards, I think is what they're called. And they just give you background on various persons, not related to the plot, but just related to the
world.
The world.
That's cool.
Another visual, I'm not going to say gimmick, visual style they have is that since the premise is that you're all connected to the internet through chips in your brain, they do this by just having this weird thing where items in the world will have their titles displayed above them. So this is the other collectible in the game, is propaganda posters. If you use the Dart overlay, which is our general improve accuracy, slow down time, improve damage reduction mode right there, you get the they live style messages from the posters. So that's pretty awesome. There's a few of those in each of the levels. We'll be getting all those too. It's another example of things that in future levels we will be skipping past.
And just throwing up in the thread.
Especially in the for the case of the propaganda, you can see what it says. You don't have to go into the menu. But of course it bothers me that I'm not going to kill that hobo because, come on, I'm not a monster.
Yet.
We might see monster-ish behavior in bonus videos.
Right.
That is the second business card for this level. And that's world building. So it's pretty good. It's got there's a lot of text in the game. And a lot of it says it's all optional. It's very optional, very
How would
non-important.
You pronounce that first name? Mikar Sawan?
I missed the name.
Micharssawan.
Sure.
Okay.
I think it's pronounced Scott.
Scott.
There's silent letters.
It's like the town of Dave in Dragon's Dogma.
Yep. The first town you go to, the town of Dave. So, Starbreeze. Their style of first person always continues to cutscenes for the most part. So you have a Half-Life style of... Well, it's interesting in the sense that it keeps things consistent. But it's kind of annoying in the sense that you can't really skip them on repeats. There we go, got a headshot there.
Nice. Now, does that refill as you kill people? Does it refill over time?
It will just refill by itself.
Okay.
But we'll be getting the skill tree, which is not that in-depth, has skills that will allow it to recharge faster.
Okay.
Or you can stay in longer. But using the dart is, it's an invaluable tool. Headshots are going to be your best bet.
Right.
Of course, that's kind of true of most video games.
It's just this game more so than others, I think.
But one thing I really like about the difficulty in this game is that even though it's on hard mode, you can soak up a lot of damage, and you can even soak up more damage if you get the abilities that increase your health and whatnot.
So it's not like hard mode means you take 2 shots and then you're dead. It's hard mode.
Yeah, so it's hard mode in the sense that if you play the game by using all the tools that the game gives you, then it's fun without being frustrating, which is another reason I like it. Because I'm like, well, awesome. I can get through the game on the hard difficulty without it just being, just a slog like in Call of Duty where it requires
memorization.
All right, my favorite weapon in the game, Kusanagi.
Oh no!
Accidentally kicked my controller down there.
Okay.
That's all right.
Okay.
So there's 2 firing modes, scoped and they're both scoped, but iron sights and scope.
Right.
The important part about the Kusanagi, which makes it awesome, is penetrating bullets. Oh, it's so awesome! It's the greatest.
You're shooting that guy through the wall.
Oh, it's so great! It's the best.
I think you just killed a hobo.
I love this gun. It's so good. I love it. It's so good. Ahem. So what? Where were? Hello? Hi.
Hi.
Hey, what's going on? I'm Jeff. How are you?
I think you just blew up a hobo. And a guard, but I think also a hobo.
I'm try not to. Again, not a monster.
Yet.
I'm not a monster. You can tell I'm not a monster because I keep saying I'm not a monster. That's how you know.
That's all it takes.
Yep. So the Kusanagi can penetrate basically anything infinitely.
Yep.
And when I realized this, the game became even more fun because it's like cheating. Because you can see dudes through walls and shoot them through walls.
It's kind of like the Far Sight from...
Yeah, it's like the Far Sight from Perfect Dark.
There you go.
Except that you can like use it as a semi-auto assault rifle, which is awesome.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different fun guns in the game, but this one is probably the most fun because...
Did you run out of dart?
Hey, shut up. Yes, I ran out of... Okay, I charged it back up. There, I got it.
There you go.
Had to wait for my dart to kick in. Yes. Shut your face.
Oh.
So this game is this gun is awesome because of its practicality. In addition to being cool, it's not like something like an end-level weapon where it's like, hey, that's cool, but impractical. It's cool while also being practical.
Crazy. Oh wow, that's.
When you get up close to dudes, you can click in the right stick to do melee.
And I'm assuming
attacks.
Those are instant kills?
Yes, those are instant kills.
Unless there are like other mitigating factors, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Like in Call of Duty, a red X over the crosshairs indicates that you've done damage to an enemy. So,
which is useful.
It is useful. It gives you a good indication that you're shooting the right place.
And not just wasting ammo.
And any enemy that you've previously seen will show up in your dart view.
Ever.
Yeah, always. Yep.
Yeah. Awesome.
And he died. I shot him with his own gun. Also, the game's kind of bloomy.
I'm noticing some bloom.
The future is a very bright place.
It's not quite...
Despite its darkness.
It's not quite near levels of bloom, but it's pretty bloomy.
Glad to have you back, Kilo. Let's get you in the chair. Security, go ahead and clean up the proving grounds. Sit down, Kilo. I need your post-mission stats.
I beat the first level.
That was a training mission in story?
Yes.
That's awesome. Did you really kill all those people?
Probably.
Future's awesome.
Future's violent.
Subject is secure. Data. Whoa, that's odd. Wait, let me just... Unusual activity. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that. Okay, this part is classified.
But protocol states that...
What? You're lecturing me on protocol for my project. Out! You're very valuable. Everybody wants a piece of you. Tell you what, Kilo. How about I give you something instead?
Chip-to-chip upgrades initiated.
Hello, Lily. You know Agent Merritt, don't you?
Wow, wow. Famous Dr. Lily Drawl.
Hello, Jack. Merritt. This is a surprise.
I want to see how my new prodigy is performing. You know I've had my doubts, but I've got to tell you, Dart 6 looks promising. It's going to revolutionize the chip industry. And this guy, he just keeps on surprising us. Right, Kilo? Ready for assignment?
He did well, but I'm still tweaking it.
Time for tweaking is over, Lily. We need to talk mass implementation for Dart 6 and all agents.
What we need is more time, Jack. We're not ready.
That's not my impression. Kilo proved Dart 6 works. Unless
So,
I'm missing something.
Kilo, you just keep surprising us. Volunteering to sign up for the prototype despite the risk of brain cancer. A real prodigy, all right. Or was it the thought of getting your head examined by the very lovely Dr. Droll?
Miles getting distracted. Don't blame him.
Yeah, I'd buy that.
What?
Nothing, Dr. Droll.
Kilo. Lily here is not sure you're ready for a field mission. But Merritt thinks otherwise. And I'd like to find out if he's right. I've got this little thing coming up that you'd be just perfect for. Meet Gary Chang, Chief Psych Engineer at Aspari. They're equivalent to Lily here.
Except for the looks.
My sources indicate he's working on something that's just a little bit too much like the Dart 6. It's a clear patent infringement. Actually, it's worse than that. We're starting to think that someone in our court is leaking data.
We got a leak, a rat, a mole.
That's not possible.
Well, the point is, if they beat us to the punch, their agents get the edge over ours. And I won't permit that. I want this dealt with now.
Everything's set. We're leaving tonight. You and me, Kilo.
I don't like this, Jack. Kilo's not stabilized yet. He could glitch out.
Eurocorp has an excellent safety record, Lily. You should know that. Kilo, go over to Aspari with Merritt. Take care of this Chang problem for me.
Fingers in
We're
the
on
air.
the verge of something great.
Fingers in the air, people.
Let's not mess it up.
Fingers in the air.
Someone fixed us up with an Aspari copter. It's waiting for us on the roof. Come on, show me how great you are.
I did it.
Yeah.
I got out of the chair.
Access.
We have little bios on the basically main characters of the game, which we've all seen pretty much
Merritt,
at this point.
I really like Merritt's voice.
Yes.
He must have been smoking his entire life.
Yep. That's dedication to your craft.
Yeah.
I'm going to ruin my voice to make my voice awesome. Also cancer, probably.
It's more lungs than voice at
Yeah,
that
lungs.
point.
I guess so. But yes, he would definitely be a great frontman for a death metal band. Lily Drawl is voiced by Rosaria Dawson. And Jack Denham is voiced by Brian Cox. I forgot who does Merritt's voice, but I'm sure I'll get that information in one of these videos.
Should I know the other two?
Rosario Dawson and Brian Cox? Yes, you should.
Okay.
But you don't, because you don't do movies.
No. Oh, it was Rosario Dawson.
Rosario Dawson is a very pretty lady, and Brian Cox is always the bad guy
Let's go.
in his movies.
Oh, okay.
Just saying.
Oh, is that foreshadowing?
No, it's not foreshadowing. I'm just making an observation about the kinds of roles that Brian Cox is known for. Also, fingers in the air.
Fingers in the air.
Fingers in the air. This is background information on the syndicates, the agents, the social history, as indicated by the screen there. And I will reiterate, future videos will not have this slowing down and padding out everything. This is just to give the idea that you have the yellow and black motif, which is the colors for Eurocorp.
Next stop, Aspari South, City of Angels. I think you're gonna like this.
His face changes expression way too fast.
That's the end of the first mission. Ours are called Milestones.
Okay.
There are 20 milestones in the game. So the game, single-player campaign, not that long, but that's all right.
Huh.
CEO rank is the highest rank you can get. you do get an achievement for getting the CEO rank on all the levels, which I did the first time through the game without realizing there were other ranks besides CEO. even on like the levels where I was like taking a long time, I was like, maybe I won't get like the maximum points for this. It would still be like, nah, sure, whatever.
CEO.
It really gives you a lot of points for basically killing people. So
right. So just kill everyone and you're fine.
Rampages and headshots and other things like that we'll go over as they come up. Our next target will be the Aspari scientist, but first we have to learn about the suicide tech that we got from Drawl.
Yeah.
As she leaned in close and whispered in your ear, "This is how you get a dude to kill himself with your mind." And you're like, awesome, I like you.
That's way better than the just pretend to kill yourself power I was thinking she gave you.
Suicide application.
So this is one of three,
Application forces a human
really just
carrier
two.
to commit
Well,
suicide.
voices explaining it.
Enter the practice area to begin test.
Using the left bumper, you can breach the environment, including people, since everyone's connected to the internet in this world.
DART Tactical Overlay is available for enhanced combat effectiveness. When active, this mode tracks strategic objects and enemy positions, even behind cover. DART Overlay also enhances agent damage resistance, responsiveness, and breach capacity.
Okay, thank you, computer lady. I've explained all of that.
This is crucial for your survival in combat. Starting test. Activating suicide application.
A little background information on the suicide app. The applications that you get in multiplayer and single player are different. So
yeah, suicide would be
suicide
a little broken in multiplayer.
Well, multiplayer is co-op.
Right. Well, I mean, it's
so
just
it
like
could work. So when you hold down the left bumper to breach something or someone, there's a little bar that fills up. By letting it go in the little square, you'll get a breach spike, which gives you bonus points. Increases the effectiveness a little bit. That's what the little thing in the bottom it says, breach spike, as you'll see next to the, I guess the virtual feet.
Optimal use in combat will refill your breach applications faster.
Fortunately, there's only about 3 of these test chambers in the game.
Oh.
They're a little dry, but you do actually get an achievement for getting the maximum score on all of them. So we'll be doing that. 'Cause why
Starting
not?
challenge.
Why not?
You gain adrenaline from kills and breach spikes. Breach spikes occur when you perform a perfect breach.
Yeah, I just said that. I did.
It's like
For
quick
this
reloading.
challenge, you
We got
must
it.
eliminate
Yeah,
the
it's like
minimum
active
number
reloading.
of acquired targets. Your performance will be evaluated.
You just have to kill 8 dudes, so just make sure to kill 2 or more at a time, and you'll have enough to recharge, I think. That gives you enough to recharge your suicide. Now, in in-game applications, it does not go as fast, and in fact, you can get skills that will boost the recharge rate on your applications.
Right.
Those do not auto-recharge, unlike your DART display.
You need the adrenaline thing
Yeah.
to do that.
That's just their way of explaining, do things that are awesome in order to do other things that are awesome. So, ideally, you can stay in DART mode for a long time, chain together a bunch of kills, and have enough to suicide dudes, and just have... Basically, that left bumper is going to be the most important thing that you can use in this game. But that's it for level 1. I'm sorry, Milestone 1.
Milestone 1.
In Milestone 2, we'll be visiting Los Angeles to go, let's say, ask a scientist a few questions. Next time on Let's Play Syndicate.
Syndicate?
Dark Syndicate. S Y D I nope N D I C is
C-A-T. It's up there. It's just no. That's the wrong. You're going the long E.
Oh, okay, that's probably enough for getting it all set up properly.
Why did it take
Testing
you that long?
microphone. I wanted Syndicate person, man. That's what.
But it took you so long to find the E for Syndicate.
I was just thinking, like, do I want Syndicate? I was trying to think, how could I make that into some sort of stupid pun, like syndicate? It was like indicates, like syndicates, but then I was like, well, syndication is actually another word by itself. That I was like, that's not a pun. That's just another word. Then I got sad. And then I wanted to do person man, and it didn't let me do person man. So then I'm double sad.